Good morning, everyone. Sergeant Jermaine Harris, 15th District Community Policing. I just want to cover a few points. How Dr. Binion mentioned the disaster preparedness and the emergency drills that we did with our finishing with our first church. It's a very valuable program because we explain the concepts of the active shooter, how to deal with that, and also prepare a disaster plan for the church itself, of knowing what to do from everything from fire drills to emergency situations to the actual active shooter. And a drill was actually conducted. So it's a great experience to get people to start thinking in that mind frame of, if something does happen, what do I do? So I highly encourage you to reach out to the Westside Ministers Coalition about bringing that to your organization or your church. So a couple of things I wanted to go over. In your packet, the Youth Advisory Council is something that we're getting kicked off. So take a look at our contacts in there, where we're getting youth to actually lead initiatives with the police department into the community. So actually coming from their perspective, their ideas and their goals, will help them facilitate it. But the goal is to really bridge that connection through the eyes of the youth. So they'll be putting events together, fundraisers, forums, whatever may come to their mind. So we're really excited about getting that done. And if you know any of those of a youth that you think would be great to offer their opinions and offer their ideas to the Austin community, please refer them to us. We're looking for those types. And along with the youth too, our police explorers have had a huge year, great success. Explorers are ages 11 to 19. And they participate in a mentoring program where they explore the career of being a police officer. Not only that, but it creates that mentor aspects in which officers interact with these youth. And our youth were honored this past week at the Chicago Youth Leaders Awards, and one of our explorers got the 2018 Leadership Award for the year. So we're really excited about that. Then the next thing, the Austin Response Team. If you haven't heard about it, you should be hearing about it because of what we're doing, in which we've developed an initiative in which the department works closely with nonprofit organizations in the district to bring relief and a change into some of our most violent neighborhoods. The way it works is we meet with the executive directors from these organizations, the representation. I know Institute of Nonviolence is one of our members, and they're here today. I don't think I see anybody. But so we meet to go over what our issues are, where are our current gang flicks, where's our violence, and where are the issues where we need assistance to supplement the law enforcement effort. Because we know as police, when we go out there, we can make arrests and we can clean up a block. But what happens when you remove that bad element if you don't have anything positive to replace it? It's just refilled with more negativity. So we're working with our community partners to allow them to go into those areas that we're working on and we're having difficulty with, to provide relief through community resources. And the effects of that has been astounding. We've taken areas that have been traditionally violent and a history of drugs and gangs and transform those neighborhoods to the point where now you wouldn't recognize them. And that's through the effort of that partnership. And because of the success of that, so anyone here who has a nonprofit organization, so through the success of that, we were able to make a connection with the Gary and Denise Family Foundation, who have created the Austin Police Partnership Fund. And so what that fund does is for any nonprofit organization who operates within the Austin community that can establish some type of program or initiative in which they partnership with the Chicago Police Department to affect crime or violence, they can apply for a grant to fund that project. So I'm really happy to announce that on a district level, we are the only ones who have such a program. So if you're here in the Austin community and you're looking for resources to be able to get something done like that, please reach out to us, because we're looking for ways to really take advantage of our community organizations. And then proud to report, we had our final Take It to the Streets job fair yesterday. That's something put on by Officer Brown, our business liaison officer, in which we take over a corner. One of the areas where we have trouble and we have problems, we take it over, but we take it over with jobs. We go out there on the street with tables, with organizations that are willing to hire people who may have a background or who may not have the proper training. They're willing to train them, and these organizations will offer opportunities for employment. And so we've done this at a lot of our hot spots, and the effect of that shows people that we're really out here trying to make a change. It's not always, it's not going to be about arresting people to get us out of this. It's going to be about bringing opportunities. And so our job as community policing officers is to kind of facilitate those connections, to get the people that have to the people that need. And so that's one of the things we do with our Take It to the Street jobs fairs, which have been a great success. We have lots of stories when the newly hired people come into the station and say, you know, thanks so much, this has changed my life, and you know, they're on a different path just from bringing an opportunity. And you know, that's what that goes. And then the last thing, tomorrow, the holiday parade and tree lighting ceremony takes place right on Madison. Westside Minister Coalition is one of our great, outstanding partners in doing that. So the parade will kick off at 6 p.m. on Cicero and Madison. 6 p.m. it kicks off. And we're going to travel westbound all the way down Madison into the front of the station where we have our tree that we'll light and have a ceremony with some singing, refreshments, and gifts for the kids. So if you can get out there to say hi, say wave. We've got Santa will be out there with an escort from CPD with our version of reindeers. Our reindeers and our sled, well, you got to see how they look. So it's a little different from what you're used to seeing. So if you can make it out there, I know it'll be cold, but come out there and have a look at it. And we've even got a performance from the Chicago Children's Choir, too, that'll be singing out there. So, oh, yes, and Joy Binion will be singing as well. So. Yes, 6 o'clock tomorrow. Cicero and Madison. You can anywhere you want to be, from there all the way to the station here on Madison and Menard. Okay, thank you all.
Yeah, I'm just a little excited because I've been before, and I just didn't know that there was a parade in December. But it's a wonderful parade. I've been a couple of 3 times, and it's really, really a nice event. And I was going to go tonight, so I'm glad you told me this.
Yes, tomorrow. So tomorrow. Any questions, anyone? Yes, sir.
First of all, I want to thank you. I sit here and I listen to the good stuff that you guys are doing over on the west side. Is there any way that you can send that over to the south side?
Well, let me tell you one thing. The south side has so many resources getting pushed towards them. They may be not taking advantage of it, but we are so neglected here, and I have to fight tooth and nail in order to get resources to come here. I have to go and stand in front of people until I get on their nerve in order to get things to come here. So I poach, because they don't use it. I'll run out there and poach some resources and bring it over here to the west side. So you should move with Austin.
And I just wanted to ask, we want to know if we can get maybe 2 or 4 kids from Play to be a part of that group of kids who are planting things, 8th graders, to be around for these.
Oh, absolutely. Reach out to us. We have an application form that they can fill out and to get them to join in. Absolutely. So we want them to be teams, though. They have to be teams.
Well, they'll be 8th graders.
Yeah, 8th graders moving on to high school. Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
You want high schoolers too?
Yes, teams up. So high schooler age. 8th graders moving up could apply.
Does it matter if they have they've had a record or anything?
Oh, no, that's not it. The whole point of this is the criteria for becoming a part of the Advocacy Council is to have an opinion about how to make things better. So if you got that, then you're all set.
So how many youth programs do we have in here right now?
They're just at a point, the question you raised, they do have a meeting on Saturday at the headquarters with a group that's working with some young men on the south side in reference to what he outlined. And I just wanted you to know that. So, but I just wondered why our veterans organization has not been participating in providing those camping trips that they have in Springfield every year for our youngsters as a part of your program. I think you lined those does as well.
So let me ask you this. So you have veterans that are providing camping trips for youth?
Yes, they have a program where youngsters are given 2 weeks camping in Springfield.
So what is the age group? What is the age?
It don't have an age. It's like being in the Army for them for those 2 weeks. They're taught how to clean up barracks, and those are the things. Get to stand in line for lunch first. It's based on competitional things. They teach them politics and all the other things he just outlined. And they normally will get a scholarship out of that program. I was just thinking that, see, find out who's responsible for doing it.
connect, absolutely.
Since William Dale is the one who's connected to Congressman Danny K. Davis, perhaps we can get this thing funded through them. And I just might add that since that's an avenue, I was surprised he's not here this morning. He has money available to fund those packages. The civilian is going to be the head of your committee, because I know you guys can't take that kind of money. That's not going to happen. But that we can use it that way to increase and advertise the particular program.
So we'd like to get maybe 2 to 4 from Plato for that camping. We get a sponsor. Because the programs are now at the beginning of the year, starting with the new year, so a lot of things are available. We need to know what they are, Mr. Clinton. Get that, if you don't mind getting that information, so we can make sure that we have a record, that we can at least get 4 kids. And that maybe not just be from that school, the other school, but I do want to make sure to play them.
Because we have a lot of veterans organizations, and you got to make them do a little work too, part of what it is they're getting funded to do.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Sergeant Allen? If you can come on up. And we're still on target, believe it or not. We're still on target. We're gonna get out of here. And lunch is on its way. Oh, and I have a few zoo tickets. And they end in December, the 31st.
Hello, everybody. I'm Sergeant Allen. Oh, how that works. Okay. I'm Sergeant Allen, 11th District Community Policing Sergeant.
Here's that.
When I walked up here, it just started working. So I just got it like that. So on behalf of my commander, Commander Daryl Spencer, he's still a fairly new commander. He was going to come today, but in the 11th and 12th District, they opened up this new hatchery on Lake Nkezi, and the mayor is there today, and they're doing a ribbon cutting ceremony today. So that's where he's at now. But he will be attending the meetings next year. 11, we have a lot of similar programs at the 15th District because headquarters actually mandate most districts to do police explorers, peer jury. So the things that Sergeant Harris talked about as far as the youth, I won't repeat because we're pretty much doing the same things. 11, our challenges are just a lot different, even from 15. We lead the city in shootings, we lead the city in homicides, but we also lead the city in gun recoveries and arrests being made. So the officers are out there doing the work. So every time we at ComStat, we get drilled for having the most shootings, but we also have the most arrests. So we got a lot of officers out here who are doing a lot of good work. And it may not show because people are still saying, well, Sarge, I still see these same knuckleheads out and about on the street. But the officers are making the arrests, but we all know we can't arrest our way out of the problem. So that's why we have all the different initiatives that we have. So the 11th District, we kind of piggybacked on the 15th District. We're doing our own tree lighting ceremony. How about that? So I'm from 15. I worked TAC in 15 when I first made sergeant. I went back to 15. 15 is kind of home. It's home for me. But I'm currently in the 11th District, so that's my home at this point. So we're doing a tree lighting ceremony Saturday, December the 15th, from 5 o'clock to 7 p.m. It's brand new for us. This is our first time doing it. So, but we still need you all support. Even if you don't live in 11, still come out and support us. Our parade route, opposed to 15's, is different. Our parade route, once again, everything is dedicated to crime fighting in my district. Everything I do, for the most part. So we're doing a route. We're going south, we're going from Roosevelt. We're going east to California, north to Harrison, then we're coming back to the district. So there's a gang conflict in that area called the Cali Boys, which are some traveling vice lords. They're in that area. So we dedicated our route to kind of disrupt what they're doing for that day. So that's why we picked our route the way we picked it. But we're going to have some singing as well when we get back. We're going to have some entertainment. We're going to have some toys we're going to give out to some youth. Nikki Harvey right here, our DAC chair in 11th District, she did a lot of this work for us, so it's going to be an awesome event, because we got Congressman Danny Davis in 11th District anyway, so, so, right, I'm going to talk about that too. So, see how it works when I'm up here? The lights come on and stuff, I mean, this is just incredible. So, speaking about domestic violence, Domestic violence is an issue that is really near and dear to all of us here, and it's really near and dear to the Chicago Police Department. As we all know, we lost an officer a couple of weeks ago due to violence that occurred. Basically, it was over the domestic situation and a mental health situation combined. So yesterday we had a meeting with the Garfield Community Stakeholders meeting yesterday. The 25th District Cap Sergeant, I was there. So what we came up with and what we want to do next year, we want the 11th District, the 15th District, and the 25th District, I know Sergeant Harris didn't know, we want to do a combined collaborative domestic violence workshop day from the Westside.
Amen.
Yeah. So we threw the ideal around, and then, but what we came up with was that this needed to be something collaborative that we could do at the same time and make this such an epic event that is to be newsworthy so that people can really see in the community that we have a big heart for domestic. A lot of people, that's male and female, that's victim of domestic violence don't want to speak out. They're scared to speak out. But we're going to show them that we love them, that they have resources. And we're in the process of planning that right now as we speak. I just sent the email out to all 3 commanders, getting their blessing on this, and I'm going to talk to Dr. Binion so we can connect with some other people that work with domestic violence so they can be a part of this.
I'm certified counselor.
Awesome.
And a survivor.
Oh, awesome, even better. So look forward to that. We're going to set a planning date in January when I come back from vacation, okay? One of the things that, I only got like 2 or 3 more points. One of the things, everybody know that I have a heart for young people, a big heart for young people. I'm a musician and also a former athlete. I ain't an athlete no more, former athlete. So one of the things that I want to do while I'm still working in community relations, I want the youth to take possession of some of these community beat meetings. The beat meetings in the 11th district, some beats we have nice participation, some beats we don't. But at the end of the day, even whether it's nice participation or not, the population is seasoned age people that's there. I want our young people to take control of these community beat meetings. They can have their own beat meetings. So what I'm doing in 2019, I'm putting together a youth beat meeting summit. What I want to do is train young people on how to run community beat meetings. So I'm going to the schools and I'm going to community organizations. I'm going to put this together. This is going to happen before the school year is out, the training. That's one of the big things that I'm doing. CPD choir. I'm over the police choir. It's hard to get the police together to sing. Lord knows. This VRI done messed up everything. I mean, everybody, these police officers are all making money, working overtime. So, but I have a meeting today, actually in the 15th district, with a guy from North Park College. North Park College, if y'all know, they deal with ministry, but they also have a huge music department there. They ran into the CPD choir information and they contacted one of the sergeants that's in the choir. And they want to meet with me so that we can discuss doing a big spring concert together to represent the Chicago Police Department with North Park College. So I'm going to get them together for this, I guarantee you that. So I'm having a meeting with him today to discuss that. And even at the tree lighting ceremony, some of the police choir members will be there to sing for that event as well. And 2 other things I got, pop-ups. Sergeant Harris was talking about doing pop-ups. The 11th district, we do a lot of pop-ups. Commander Spencer has really pushed me to, I'm almost like a TAC sergeant. I can't get rid of TAC. So our pop-ups are dedicated to preventing violence at the end of the day. We have a lot of open-air drug market in the 11th district. If y'all don't know what open-air drug market is, that's people standing on the corner saying, hey, I have drugs, you want to buy some? Out in the open. That's called open-air drug markets. It's only a couple of 2 or 3 districts in the whole city of Chicago still have open-air drug markets. The 11th district happened to be the hub of open-air drug markets, unfortunately. So my pop-ups are dedicated to suppressing violence and is dedicated to eradicating narcotic sales that's taking place out on the street. So I have to follow the violence as if I'm a district intelligence officer. That makes my job a little tough because I got to do this and community relations stuff. So I have to really pay attention to what's going on with violence. I got to pay attention to it closely with our SDSC room. And as the violence moves, I have to grab my CAP staff and community resources, and we have to hit those spots. So my pop-ups are dedicated to that. I wish I had time just to do events all the time, but in 11, 11, that's not what I have to deal with. I have to help suppress this violence. That's part of my job, and I don't mind doing it. So our pop-ups are dedicated to that. You will hear me sending out emails, reaching out to people saying, hey, we're doing pop-ups here, 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 and here. Please come out community and help us with these events. And last thing I got is our faith-based. Our faith-based community is finally growing. I've been fighting to get our faith base together to work with the 11th district. So what we're doing, we're combining our community stakeholders with our faith-based community, and every third Tuesday we meet at the police station at 11 a.m. And what we're doing now is I'm getting those community stakeholders to come out to our faith-based meeting, and what we do, once again, we strategize on locating the violence, looking at the heat map, where the crime is moving, and we have to dedicate our resources so that we can strategically almost have like a strike team to go out and hit these areas. So at the end of the day, I want the people to feel safe in the 11th district. I don't want them to feel like they're prisoners in their homes because you got these knuckleheads standing out in front of their house talking about rocks and blows.
Okay.
And then, so that's one initiative that we're doing with our faith base. So if anybody interested in coming to our faith base, I'm gonna get that information to Dr. Binion as well so you all can be a part. Yes, ma'am. No meeting this month. No meeting this month. We're gonna start back in January. That's all I got.
Awesome.
Yeah. Thank you.
Awesome.